Okay, this is Josh. I'm in Big Ups Hamilton, and we're here in the Hamilton Public Library studio. I'm about to ask
Drake's Venomous Star Lords.
some questions about hip hop and life and art in general. And my first question today is how did you begin making music, and was there someone that introduced you into making music or just expressing yourself through hip hop?
How did I begin making music? That's a hard one. Let's just say my family, when I'd visit, I was in Montreal and I'd be going to New York and Scarborough on a regular basis. And then I have members that, do popping and stuff, so I was inspired. And then when I went down to States, you'd see people breakdancing. So during the time in the 80s, that'd be back then, I'd be like, I don't know, little young youth. And I didn't start getting breaking serious until I was a little older, but there was a initial time period when we were just little doing backspins and all those kind of things and popping. I was originally a popper and an artist, right? Music didn't come till like 1992, like when Ballyhoo Crew, with a person named Triggerman, News, Ice. It was a crew called Legal Eye, and basically that could be the initial start of when I really started doing music or participating in doing music. But I had a love for music way before that. My love for hip hop culture came way before that. So Nicole Jacqueline did a music video in grade 8, and me and Sean Royal did the dance competition and we won. So basically we ended up being in that video. So my first music video I've ever been in was grade 8 graduation, that time period.
All right, awesome. So for music, you've been making music since the '90s. What is your creative process, and like, has your creative process evolved throughout the years?
Yeah. Creative process that's a good question right there, because I'm a multitasker, but at the same time, I do not follow structured patterns. I look at it the same way you'd say how Bruce Lee would have looked at martial arts, in the sense that I'm not going to sit there and do it how like the television tells me how to do it, because I don't like having puppet strings on my elbows and stuff like that. So I see creativity as a way to channel anxieties and possibly demons. You know what I mean? So basically, I do music, I make beats, I've worked with artists that actually made it, I've won competitions, I've been on MTV multiple times, I've been on Much Music multiple times, I was on Bravo Television. I worked with singers, reggae artists. So when I say creativity, I don't limit myself to a specific sound. So like when trap music, for instance, comes in, I don't all of a sudden sound like trap music. Because you see hip hop, for instance, you go back then, you would have L Cool J sounded like that, NWA sounded like that, KRS One sounded like that, PE sounded like that, Slick Rick sounded like that.
So for dancing, like, how often do you dance? Have you been like keeping up with it throughout the years, and how often do you practice your breaking and breakdancing?
Well, there was a time when I was fanatical with it. I used to practice on a regular, and I used to practice big time, because I was like one of the pioneers up here. Definitely one of the pioneers in Canada's. You know what I mean? There's no breaker in Canada that can say they don't have an idea of who I am. You know what I mean? I'm definitely in the loop when it comes to that realm, right? What was your question again? As far as how often? Oh, how often I practice? Like I said, a fanatic. Fanatic means like big time, like every time. But do I keep up with it? No, I don't really bother with keeping up with it. I've mastered my craft in a sense where if you need me to do something, I could bust a head spin, I could do backflips, still all kind of things, right? But at a certain stage, when you see hip hop culture, I'm more of an activist. So when you see hip hop culture going a certain direction and stuff, and you see the kids coming up, a lot of breakers have there's a war going on. So in the breaking community, there's a war where it's like now they want to trap me. So when I got into breaking, when I started breaking, it was because it was not famous yet. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't play basketball because everybody's playing basketball, right? Nobody was breaking. I can remember when it was only this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person in Canada breaking. That's when I was breaking. You know what I mean? Because breaking was out there in the 80s, and then it had a dip, right? And then we're one of the people that's still there, like came out, yeah, 91, 92, 93 when the breaking started coming, because it used to be hip hop dancing. Everybody's doing the Running Man and all this stuff. And then the Frankie and Derek, my Fresh West dancers, they were the kings of that era, right? But then when breaking slowly started to come back in, there was a few of us that switched from the hip hop and went into the breaking, and there's a lot of hip hop dancers that stopped because breaking is a little more complicated than hip hop dancing. Yeah, I don't think I practice. I don't practice. I don't practice. You know what I mean? Like it's not a thing where I practice no more. Yeah, you know, I don't practice. I just tell you straight out, I don't practice. You know what I mean? I don't bother with it because, like I said, I master my craft. I'm not gonna sit there and keep. I don't go back. I go forward. You know what I mean? So you got to move on. You don't keep. You don't like once you master something, you don't keep on worrying about it. You know what I mean?
Is there any dancers, break dancers in specific that inspired you to keep going, or inspired you to actually start break dancing in like the beginning?
Oh, Crazy Legs, Chief, Crazy Rocksteady Crew. That'd be the Chief. Like I don't need to go any further than that. Well, I'm not gonna lie, Electric Boogaloo and those movies that came out. You know, obviously, and EPMD dancers and Scoop and Scrap, Big Daddy Kane's dance. You know the music videos. You know what I mean? That was like my teachers, and there was a book. I don't know the name of it, but Learn How to Break Dance. I got in Scarborough, Galloway actually, right? And that's the actual book that actually got me going. Thanks to Sam, big up Sam. My cousin used to be manager of the Galloway Inter Scarborough basketball center inside the building, and that's where I actually learned my six step. Then you got a person, Brian Goupil in Hamilton, taught me the windmill, and he showed me some more details. You know what I mean? And once I got the windmill, that was it. You know what I mean? Like once the windmill came, then that really got me going. You know, so Brian's shocked because when I came to him and asked him how to do windmill, he thought I was just gonna learn the windmill. He didn't know I was gonna take it and do all that. You know what I mean?
So to talk a little bit more about music, is there any could you list, this is a hard question, but could you list 3 songs that are like key to your life, or 3 of your favorite songs that are key to your life and you can come back on and always inspire you?
Yeah, but I can't name really hip hop songs that do that. Like Thriller, absolutely, right? That one there is just powerful. Doves Cry, could relate to that, doing family things. And I don't even want to say the rest because like they're kind of equal. But some Keras One tunes, Planet Rock, what's that song? Jam on It. There's a lot of songs, man.
So for today's music, do you enjoy hip hop today? Like, are you happy with the current state of hip hop, or do you is there a certain type of hip hop and like a specific genre in hip hop that you detest?
I don't really listen to hip hop today. That's a problem. But so I'm not gonna criticize it. I'm not gonna criticize it without. How can you talk about someone without disrespecting it? Okay. Let's just say I like to keep the brain moving, and whenever music slows down and your intelligence has to slow down with it, then I kind of back off, you know. I don't mind the party music. I like some of the gangster music. I'm not too familiar with the trap music because I've already stopped listening to music since then. I respect all the different aspects of hip-hop. It's just people tend to be duplications. Like I was saying before, back then, LL Cool J looked like this, and LL Cool J would be like the Drake kind of music. And then you had the gangster music. You had NWA, and that would be like the who's out now? Who's a gangster right now? Okay, a gangster rapper that's out there now, right? And then you'd have like a Biz Markie who wasn't even rapping. He was just a fun guy doing some kind of hype thing. We don't got that guy no more. We don't got the Flavor Flav no more, you know. And now it's like a duplication. It's like a factory where you take the person, you put him in a factory, and every single rapper comes out the exact same thing. So that there's a form of brainwashing. I don't want to say it, but the word slavery. So it's hard for me to say I like this or follow that because, like I said in the original question, I like to be creative. So now hip hop has brought me to a point to where it's like you're like, okay, so they want you to be a robot. When I got into breaking, it was because, like I said, it wasn't popular yet, right? So I want to express myself through that. In other words, if breaking was big when I was young, then I wouldn't have braked. I would have did something else because I was more a very quiet person, you know, like I was artistic kind of person. I didn't talk to nobody till I was like in my teens and stuff. You'd have to ask me a question before I answered, or say I didn't have no conversation with anybody, kind of, you know what I mean? I was very, very quiet. My brother's the same way. You know what I mean? So it was like a way of expressing myself. So people come see me do a couple moves and stuff. That was actually me talking to you. You know what I mean? Without coming to you and saying something.